The enemy is this: climate change. No matter where you are, if you want food, if you want clean water, it requires that we have a stable environment. Think about it this way: to wipe out humanity, all we really need is some really bad droughts, some diseases, and we could be done. And there's nothing we can do about it. And most of what we eat and grow for food is in these nice areas that are stable. And if there's instability released into that ecosystem, we can all be looking at dire straits. Look at Africa. There's famines because they're probably going to be the first ones to suffer the consequences of climate change. Their climate will change first, but everybody's climate will change. And that's the enemy. No matter where you are, you breathe and you eat and you drink water, and all of those are at stake. My name is G. Chow. I grew up here in Alameda, California, next to Oakland. I'm an immigrant to America. I was born in China when I was 4 years old, and we came over here when I was 4, and so that's why I have a California accent. I guess I want to tell you that I've always been kind of the environmental type. When I was a kid, I read a lot of books about nature. I'm an animal lover. And one of the things I remember as a kid is that basically everything I read, it always seemed like, man, animals are endangered and everything's being destroyed or killed. And I guess nowadays what I'm trying to say is I think we all know what the problem is with the environment, and the biggie is global warming, or at least climate change. Basically, our release of carbon dioxide into the environment. And I'm not going to waste your time and tell you, all the specific details about why. You already know it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't feel like we have any sort of plan. And I'm somebody who wants to know that we can do something. I don't want to be the leader. I wish somebody else was doing this, because I just feel like, hey, look, who am I? But if nobody's going to do anything and the ship's sinking, I feel like I have to do my best. And what I want to say is, hey, I've always thought we look at climate change and carbon emissions as a problem. And as long as we do that, I think we're going to be in trouble. I think what we really need to do is step back a little bit and figure out, okay, what's the real answer and how are we going to get there? And my answer is basically this. I think we should reframe carbon emissions as not a problem, but an opportunity to be had. And what I mean is, look, I have a degree in biology. A plant would take carbon dioxide and water and make sugar. And that's how all ecosystems work. Okay? You have plant life that feeds all the other animals and things like that. And right now what we're doing is we're releasing carbon dioxide with no plan for it. It just goes out into the air. Yeah, that would be great if we have plenty of trees and other things to absorb it, but we don't. We're destroying those things at the same time. So we're attacking it from one end and chopping away the defenses from the other. And what I'm trying to propose is, hey, why don't we capture this carbon dioxide before we release it, store it, and then use it for something useful down the road? I think everybody knows the main problem is we're releasing all this carbon dioxide with no plan for it. It just leaves our factories, it leaves our car engines, and it just goes out, and we have no control over it. And what I propose to do is, why can't we make something to contain that and capture that carbon and use it for something better down the road? We can recycle it and reuse it as energy. We can capture it and contain it and convert it into something that we can feed other people with. That's essentially what nature does. I guess what I'm trying to say is this. I wish somebody else had a better plan than me, and if they do, I would back them. But if we don't have a plan, I want people to start backing me. And what I'm saying is this. I want to start a business called Biovent Technologies. And with your help, what I want to do is get people, start hiring people. We're going to figure out a plan, get an office, get a lab, and start figuring this out. Basically, I'm thinking this. We take basic biology, we take an organism, we take some enzymes, and we make a biological factory inside your engine that's gonna, every time you burn the gasoline, that biological reaction will convert this into some sort of containable byproduct, which we could recycle. Okay, And really, we can do this the same way that we evolve the dogs that we have today. We can just genetically breed this stuff. You know, the environment is the engine, and we're basically evolving an organism that can live there and produce the byproduct we want. And I believe this is just basic science that we can do now with technology that we have now. And what I need you to do is, hey, look, if you can contribute financially, we need to hire people. We need to get spaces. We need to start a lab. If you can't, you need to tell somebody. You need to tell your friends, your family, something. We have to rally a force to fight the enemy. And the enemy is coming for all of us. I don't really know what else to say besides that. I already have another business that pays my everyday bills, but I think the main problem staring down everybody's, looking at everybody, is the world is heating up. We're emitting stuff that just, there's nothing unnatural about carbon dioxide and going into the air. The only problem is we don't have a plan, and there's just too much of it right now. And what we need to do is take that problem and make it an opportunity. The American economy. I believe, hey, look, I wasn't born here. I believe my parents came here for a better opportunity for myself and my siblings, my sisters. I have 3. And I feel like this is the place to do it. If America, hey, I didn't vote for the guy, but if Donald wants to make America great again, the way we make it is we innovate. America leads from the front. And this is how we do it. The first country who's going to figure out this problem is going to be the new economic power, because there's jobs there, there's opportunity there, and that's good for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with capitalism. All it is the good ideas, the cream rises to the top, and I wish somebody had some better cream. But if this is what we have, at least there's an actionable step. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, contribute. I can't sing, I can't dance, I don't know poetry. All I know is we have a problem, somebody's got to come up with something. And if it's not me, I'm perfectly fine with that. But if I'm the one that's going to, if somebody's asking me, what are you going to do? This is what I want to do. And I want your help.